Hi, my name is Monique Schramme. I am an educator in Lexington, Massachusetts at the high school in the art and design department. I'm also an instructor for the initiatives for developing equity and achievement for students, or ideas for short. And I would love to be given the opportunity to run a workshop in your conference. I'd love to run it on media literacy and specifically on how the way we read images and the meaning that we make from the images that we consume are connected to our positionality, our context, and our social identities. And how these images, really these representations, really affect the way and are connected to the way that we think, what we think, how we think. Later on, that informs our belief systems, and these beliefs then can be seen through our actions. So we're really talking about the cycle of oppression and the connection that media literacy has to the cycle of oppression. As a classroom teacher, I thought that the workshop format would be ideal. I believe that you can learn through making and you think through making. So the activity itself would allow for participants to be able to both think and learn and process individually, and later make connections and meaning in a smaller group, like a table group, and then later on in the bigger group, which would be the participants in that workshop. The activity in itself is pretty straightforward. I introduce an image, everyone gets a copy, they annotate it, they work individually, then they share their findings with their table, with their smaller group. And then later they bring in their findings to the larger group, the larger community. The meaning making happens in that larger community. I have a set of questions that guide the conversation, and really kind of talk about like who made it, for example, and who do we see, and then once we start finding this information, how that changes our perception or opinion of what it is that we're looking at. So that is where the connection to the system and the cycle of oppression comes in. So later in the bigger group, the meaning-making part with these guided questions, I think what it does is it opens up windows so that when we're looking at the same image and when we're asking these questions, it's an invitation to be able to see the same image through different lenses, so that we can actually start analyzing the image thoroughly through and with specific context in mind. This is the kind of activity I do with my students at the high school, also with my adult learners and the ideas workshops. And really, I feel really strongly about the power that media literacy has on disrupting and showcasing, honestly, just like not showcasing, the cycle of oppression, and really is making like learning and process really transparent for both participants as well as students. I would hope that participants would be then able to bring this into their work, into their classrooms, into their teaching, as well as the internalized piece of the individual having gone through the process of dissecting this image. So thank you for your time. I hope to hear from you soon. Have a great afternoon.